Harrison Owen, Open Space Technology, a User's Guide. Dive into the world of open space technology, OST, with this summary of Harrison Owen's book, Open Space Technology, a User's Guide. Learn how the four basic components, a circle, breath, a bulletin board, and a marketplace, can create an environment that promotes open, enthusiastic communication among participants. Discover how OST has been used in diverse settings and situations, from large conferences to intimate management teams, and how it can address unspoken business issues and bring people together to work through conflicts.
Open Space Technology. The book emphasizes that computers are not necessary for an open space conference. Handwritten or typed notes can be used. However, a series of computers can be set up for information entry by group leaders or reporters. The focus must be on a crucial business issue of concern. It is essential to provide a written record as quickly as possible, irrespective of formatting, to allow non-attendees to go through it. Effective problem solving with open space technology. Open Space Technology, OST, is an effective approach for organizations to conduct discussions that surface underlying issues. Unlike traditional command and control approaches, OST gives all participants an equal opportunity to voice their concerns. OST helps to unite people from diverse backgrounds and work through even the most challenging conflicts. The approach has been successful in the transformation of the U.S. Forest Service Organization and divisions in South Africa and Venezuela. Through this method, individuals can see that they are talking about the same issues and work together towards a solution. Open Space Technology Essentials. Open Space Technology, OST, is a productive approach for bringing diverse people together to work on complex or conflicting issues. However, it is important to consider whether it is appropriate for your situation. OST is suitable for dealing with a question that no one person can answer, but avoid using it if you already know the answer or want to control the search for it. OST is effective in encouraging creativity, self-motivation, and synergy, but it may not work for employees with very different cultural styles. Before using OST, determine what you want to achieve and select an issue that people truly care about. Voluntary participation is a critical component, as it requires passion and responsibility from the participants. With OST, everyone has the right and responsibility to place items on the agenda, which can help address important business issues that may have been neglected. The combination of passion and responsibility is what drives OST forward. Optimal participation in OST meetings. To ensure the success of Open Space Technology, OST, meetings, voluntary self-selection of participants is crucial. Individuals who are sincerely committed and interested in the issues at hand must attend to make the conference effective. The size of the group does not matter, but face-to-face interaction in a single space is usually necessary, although cyberspace can be used to include more people. Organizing effective open space technology events. Open space technology is an effective approach for bringing people together to deal with complex and innovative issues. To organize a successful event, it's essential to inspire interest by keeping the invitation short and straightforward. The event duration should depend on its purpose, but it shouldn't exceed 3 days. It's recommended to select one large main room with breakout spaces, and to avoid interrupting the event with speakers or meal breaks. To facilitate the program, you'll need essential supplies such as masking tape, markers, flip charts, and post-it notes. Are you looking for an effective approach to organize events that enable groups of diverse people to deal with complex issues in innovative ways? Open Space Technology, OST, might be the solution for you. This kind of event creates a safe and flexible environment where participants engage in productive discussions and leave with action plans. However, to organize a successful OST event, you will need to follow some essential guidelines. First, the invitation is the first step in attracting participants and getting them interested in the event. Don't send out a full agenda with explanations, as the real agenda will come from the participants. Instead, keep your invitations short and straightforward, much like the first paragraph of a good story, to stimulate prospective participants' imagination. Beyond the location, time, and logistics, your invitations should catch their interest and let their imaginations take the story from there. The length of the event should depend on the purpose. Generally, a full day is necessary for people to get into the spirit of the event and inspire a very intense, meaningful, and productive discussion. However, doing more, such as recording the results of the proceedings, generally requires 2 days. To create an action plan, you need a third day so participants can prioritize their concerns, focus on the most important issues, and create a plan detailing what to do next. Don't schedule OST events for more than 3 days because people are usually too tired from the high energy input to get much accomplished after that time. The event space chosen should include one large main room where all participants can sit in a circle or, at most, in 2 or 3 concentric circles. The room should also have at least one open, blank wall without interruptions such as doors, windows, or pictures, so participants can use it as a bulletin board to post notices about topics of interests. Additionally, breakout spaces are necessary so people can meet together in small groups. During the event, it's essential to focus only on the open space activity. Avoid interrupting it with anything else, as that will dilute the group's focus. If you have any speakers for the group to hear, schedule them before the OST event so people can fully concentrate on the event once it starts. The best approach to coffee meals during an OST event is to allow people to eat when they want. You can have an open buffet or provide easy access to nearby restaurants. This way, formal meal breaks won't interrupt the action. To facilitate the program, you'll need essential supplies such as several rolls of masking tape, colored ink markers, about half as many markers as participants, flip charts for each breakout room, and lots of post-it notes. If you have more than 75 people, use a microphone so everyone can hear everyone else. In conclusion, OST is an effective approach for uniting groups of enormous diversity in their education, ethnicity, economics, politics, culture, social position, or all of the above. It's particularly useful when nobody knows the answer, and ongoing participation is required to deal with the questions. By following the guidelines mentioned above to organize your next OST event, you'll create a safe, productive, and innovative environment, where participants' creativity, synergy, and self-motivation will thrive. Open Space Technology. The book emphasizes that computers are not necessary for an open space conference. Handwritten or typed notes can be used. However, a series of computers can be set up for information entry by group leaders or reporters. The focus must be on a crucial business issue of concern. It is essential to provide a written record as quickly as possible, irrespective of formatting, to allow non-attendees to go through it. Facilitating open space, the role and responsibilities of a great facilitator. An open space program's success relies heavily on the facilitator's ability to create a secure environment for participants to communicate freely. This involves 2 key functions: creating and holding time and space. The facilitator's job is to establish the program's fundamental structure and then let go, allowing participants to define their own time and space. Voluntary self-selection is crucial for participation in an open space program. As a facilitator, you must show up, tell the truth, be present, and let go. The facilitator cannot control the process. Their job is to create an environment that allows the group to reach its full potential, regardless of the outcome. Once open space starts, it should not be interrupted until the program is over. Providing guidelines such as these can help create a successful, productive, and engaging open space program. Setting up a successful group meeting. A successful group meeting requires careful planning and attention to detail. Firstly, arrange the chairs in a circle and create space for note-taking on the walls. Post signs that cover the theme of the event, the daily schedule and any required data entry. As a facilitator, your job is to create a safe and productive environment for all attendees. Start the meeting with an initiation to the OST activity, including a welcome from the sponsor and the facilitator's introduction. Encourage everyone to participate in posting notices of the issues they want to discuss and help develop action plans. The process may vary, but the 4 principles of whoever comes are the right people, whatever happens is the only thing that could have, whenever it starts is the right time, and, when it's over, should be consistently applied. By following these guidelines, you can ensure a productive and fruitful group meeting.
In this book's summary, we have learned how open space technology encourages creativity, self-motivation, and synergy, and can be powerful in uniting diverse groups of people to address complex and conflicting issues. Whether it is a large-scale conference or a small management team, the OST approach is effective in dealing with real business issues that people have genuine passion and responsibility for. In order to successfully apply OST, it is crucial to have clear goals, voluntary participation, and an appropriate environment that fosters open communication. Remember the importance of the 4 principles, and allow participants enough time to engage and develop fruitful outcomes.